Hey everyone, how are you? I just finished filming another video, but I'm back at it again. I quickly want to talk about the intrinsic nature of being a designer and an illustrator and a creative. And it applies to any field, but I'm going to talk about being a designer and illustrator. So, what design school gives you is a framework of design rules. And the more you learn about these rules, you don't have to know every rule of design, but you get an intrinsic feel for designing and illustrating. So much so that when you are confronted with something new in your field or with a new project and you realize you don't know all the rules, but you feel as if you can make it work, that is such a cool and amazing feeling, because it starts getting so natural to you that you can actually break rules and mix and match elements that maybe wouldn't have worked, you think. And that is actually, it says how important design school is. Courses or tutoring and mentoring. And for me, went to university for 5 years. It has really set the foundation for design. Unfortunately, I believe that there are a lot of designers that don't have a design foundation, and we really need to learn, not just in, obviously practice has a lot to do with it, but we need to learn through courses and mentoring so that we can learn this intrinsic knowledge of design so that we can be better designers. I think a lot of designers step into the world of design without having this framework, and there is something missing in terms of looking good and practicality. We designers need to incorporate both in our designs. And so this is actually just a call for any designer and illustrator. It's absolutely wonderful that we are in this field, and if you want to join this field, yes, go for it. But let us learn and let us make a foundation for ourselves so that people will take us seriously. I think too many people don't take designers and illustrators seriously because it seems like an easy job to do, but it's actually very hard and time consuming to learn good design. I'm obviously still learning. My designs are not perfect, and I wasn't top of the class, but I have a handful of projects that I really excelled in and feel good about. And then there are other students who excelled at other projects, and then it's always so amazing to see what they did. So let us learn, let us cross-pollinate, let us build a foundation of design so that design becomes intrinsic to us, and make us excellent in the field of design. So yeah, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you again soon. Yo, another thing, cross-pollination is so important, and I wish I did more cross-pollination in my honors years, and during my studies. There were too many times where I was studying alone, and for us creatives, that's detrimental. We need to learn and grow with other creatives. We need to see what they do, even if it's not in the same field. It's so amazing for an illustrator and a photographer to come together and see what the other does and why the other one does that, and the principles of each other's fields. even better for two illustrators to come together and see how differently they think and approach things, projects, and design principles. And so I really wish the designers in our company would come together more, because we have young and old young and older designers, designers who went to design school and designers who learned design in the field. And so just because I'm new, I'm fresh out of art school, I have other ideas, and because some of the older designers have practical field experience that I'm still learning, it is so valuable to learn from them, and it's so valuable for them to learn from me, just because, I also have the illustrator background, not just the design background, so I also think about things differently. And so let us cross-pollinate and see what other creatives do and talk to them and learn from them, learn from how they look at things. So that's so cool, and I would always be grateful that in our honors year we had different creative fields in one class. It was so enriching to see this creative field does that and think about it this way, and that creative field does that and think about that way. And so it makes us, it expands our brains. So let's learn, let's cross-pollinate, and let us be the best creatives that we can.